Have you ever paused to wonder, as the years roll by and the creak of your joints grows a little louder, if walking is truly the golden ticket to staying fit and vibrant in your later years? For so many people over 65, it's the go-to, the rhythmic shuffle of sneakers on pavement, the familiar crunch of gravel underfoot, a quiet ritual that promises health and longevity. But what if I told you there's a hidden truth beneath this well-worn path? Not all movement is created equal. While walking has its charms, the fresh air, the simplicity, it might not always be the kindest to your aging joints or the most effective way to keep your body thriving. There are other paths to explore, exercises that can lift you up without grinding you down, offering a richer, more invigorating way to embrace your golden years. Picture this: a life where your knees don't protest after every outing, where your strength doesn't fade but grows, where balance becomes your ally instead of your adversary. In this journey, we're diving deep into 5 alternative exercises that might just outshine walking for you as you age. These aren't just movements, they're invitations to rediscover your body's potential, to feel energized and empowered without the nagging ache of overworked joints. Whether you've been searching for a way to stay active without wincing in discomfort, or you've quietly suspected that walking alone isn't cutting it anymore, this is for you. Stick with me until the end, because what you uncover here could transform how you think about exercise and aging. From building resilience to finding joy in motion, these 5 options will guide you toward a routine that keeps you moving with confidence and grace. Ready? Let's step into it together. Number 1. Water-based exercise. Imagine slipping into a pool on a warm afternoon. The water cool and silky against your skin, rippling gently as it cradles your body. This is the magic of water-based exercise. Swimming, water aerobics, or even a leisurely stroll through chest-deep waves, and it's one of the most glorious alternatives to walking, especially as the years stack up. The buoyancy of the water wraps around you like a soft embrace, lifting the weight off your knees, hips, and lower back, giving your joints a much-needed reprieve. Every step, every stroke feels lighter, smoother, as if the water is whispering, "I've got you." It's a full-body workout that doesn't demand you fight gravity, just glide with it. Unlike walking on unforgiving pavement, where each stride sends a jolt of pressure up through your legs, water cushions your every move. It's a sanctuary for joints that have carried you through decades of life's adventures. But don't let the gentleness fool you. This isn't just about easing strain. Water exercise builds strength as your muscles push against the subtle resistance of the current, tones your core as you stabilize yourself, and boosts your heart health with every rhythmic lap or bounce. Flexibility comes alive too, as your limbs stretch freely in a way they can't on land, unburdened by stiffness or fear of falling. And speaking of falling, balance is where water truly shines. As we age, that quiet confidence in our footing can slip away, leaving us hesitant. In the pool, you can challenge your stability with leg lifts, arm circles, or a slow jog in place, knowing the water's there to catch you if you waver. It's a safe haven to retrain those tiny stabilizing muscles that walking often overlooks. Physical therapists sing its praises for a reason. Whether you're recovering from an injury or simply aiming to keep your mobility intact, water is a gentle yet powerful ally. Take George, for instance. At 72, this silver-haired retiree had spent years pounding the trails near his home, his trusty walking stick in hand, the wind rustling through the trees as his companion. Walking was his joy, his escape, until his knees started to grumble, a dull ache creeping in after every mile. Frustrated but unwilling to surrender to a sedentary life, he heard about water aerobics from a friend at the community center. Skeptical at first, George wasn't one for splashy trends. He gave it a shot, stepping into the pool with a mix of curiosity and hope. Twice a week, he joined a lively group of fellow retirees, their laughter echoing off the tiled walls as they kicked and swayed to upbeat music. Within months, the transformation was undeniable. The knee pain that once shadowed his days faded to a whisper. His arms, once stiff from disuse, felt stronger as he powered through the water. Even his sleep deepened, a restful peace he hadn't known in years settling over him each night. George didn't just reclaim his energy, he rediscovered a spark, a lightness that walking alone could no longer give him. If you've got a pool nearby, maybe at a local gym, a community center, or even shimmering in your backyard, consider dipping your toes into this world. You don't need to be an Olympic swimmer. Even 20 or 30 minutes a few times a week can weave a noticeable thread of vitality into your days. It's less about pounding the pavement and more about floating toward a stronger, more flexible you. Imagine stepping out of the water, your body humming with energy instead of creaking with fatigue. Doesn't that sound worth a try? Number 2, strength training. Now, let's shift gears to something that might surprise you with its quiet power. Strength training. If you want to hold on to the independence that lets you haul groceries up the stairs, rise from your favorite armchair without a groan, or chase after a giggling grandchild, this is your secret weapon. Walking might keep your legs moving, but it's a one-note melody, repetitive, lower body focused, and blind to the slow fade of muscle that creeps in as we age. Strength training, though, is a full symphony, engaging every muscle group, rebuilding what time tries to take, and fortifying your body against the wear of years. And here's the best part. You don't need a gym full of clanking weights or a bodybuilder's bravado to make it yours. A pair of light dumbbells, a stretchy resistance band, or even the weight of your own body can start the transformation. As the decades pile on, our muscles begin to slip away, a process called sarcopenia that sneaks up like a thief in the night. Tasks that once felt effortless, lifting a suitcase, steadying yourself on an uneven path, grow daunting as strength ebbs. Walking can't stem that tide. It's too gentle, too limited. But strength training, it's a builder, a restorer. Picture yourself easing into a squat, feeling your thighs awaken as they lift you back up, or pressing a resistance band overhead, your shoulders humming with newfound vigor. These simple acts target your legs, arms, core, every piece of you that keeps life's daily dance possible. The payoff is more than muscle. It's balance that steadies your steps, fewer falls to fear, and a quiet confidence that you can still do what matters. Then there's your bones, those silent pillars that hold you upright. Osteoporosis looms larger with age, thinning them until a stumble could mean a fracture. Walking helps a little, but strength training, especially with weight-bearing moves, is like a mason laying fresh mortar. It bolsters bone density, shoring up your skeleton against the fragility time threatens. You can start small, seated leg lifts while you sip your morning coffee, bicep curls with a couple of soup cans, and still feel the difference. It's not about straining or risking injury. It's about moving at your pace, with intention, and watching your body respond. Meet Linda, a 68-year-old with a laugh that fills a room and a love for long walks that once defined her days. She'd stride through her neighborhood, waving at neighbors, the sun warming her face as she soaked in the simple joy of it. But lately, she'd noticed a shift. Her balance wasn't as sure, her steps less certain. A near trip on a cracked sidewalk rattled her, and she began to wonder if her walks were enough. On a whim, after a chat with her daughter who'd taken up yoga, Linda decided to weave strength training into her routine. She started modest, seated leg lifts in her cozy living room, the TV murmuring in the background, and light dumbbell presses she borrowed from her grandson's old set. At first, it felt awkward. Her arms trembled slightly, her breath caught, but she pressed on. Weeks turned to months, and Linda blossomed. Her posture straightened, shoulders pulling back with a pride she hadn't felt in years. The wobble in her step faded, replaced by a steadiness that let her move without second-guessing. She didn't just feel stronger, she felt taller, more herself, as if she'd reclaimed a piece of youth she hadn't known was slipping away. You can start where Linda did. Slow, gentle, safe. 2 or 3 times a week. A handful of minutes lifting those dumbbells, stretching that band, or easing into a chair squat. It's not about speed or intensity, it's about consistency, about telling your body, we're not done yet. Imagine standing a little prouder, reaching a high shelf without a twinge, knowing your strength is yours to keep. If that resonates, if you're still with me, drop a number 2 in the comments below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider it. Hit that bell too, so you won't miss what's next. Your support fuels this journey, and I'd love to keep inspiring you. Ready for more? Let's keep moving. Number 3, Tai Chi or Qigong. Now, let's step into something ancient, graceful, and deceptively powerful. Tai Chi or Qigong. These aren't just exercises. They're moving meditations, a dance of slow, deliberate motions that weave strength, balance, and peace into every breath. If walking feels like a march, steady, predictable, but limited to your legs, Tai Chi and Qigong are a flowing river, engaging your whole body in a way that feels both gentle and profound. Picture yourself in a quiet park at dawn, the air cool and still, your arms drifting upward like branches swaying in a breeze, your feet rooted yet light. These practices, born centuries ago in China, are treasures for aging bodies, offering a path to vitality that's kind to your joints and rich with rewards. The magic begins with balance, a gift that slips away as we age, turning simple steps into moments of doubt. Walking keeps you moving forward, but it doesn't train those tiny, unsung muscles that hold you steady when life throws a curve, a slick floor, a sudden turn. Tai Chi changes that. Each movement, shifting your weight from one leg to the other, tracing arcs with your hands, challenges your coordination in a slow, controlled embrace. You're not just standing, you're learning to trust your body again. Strengthening stabilizers that walking leaves untouched. Studies back it up. Older adults who practice Tai Chi fall less, stumble less, move with a confidence that defies the calendar. But it's more than physical. There's a stillness in Tai Chi and Qigong, a mental clarity that blooms as you flow through the forms. The deep, rhythmic breathing, inhaling as your arms rise, exhaling as they fall, melts stress like morning mist, lowers blood pressure, and sends fresh oxygen coursing through you. It's a quiet rebellion against the chaos of modern life, a chance to feel present, grounded, even serene. Imagine finishing a session, your mind as calm as a still pond, your body humming with subtle strength. Research calls it a cornerstone of longevity, not just for the muscles it builds, but for the peace it restores. Consider Richard, a 74-year-old with a wiry frame and a quick wit, who once measured his days by the miles he walked. He'd trek along the river near his house, the water glinting beside him, his thoughts drifting with the current, until stiffness crept into his joints, and a dizzy spell mid-stride shook his confidence. The walks he loved began to feel like a gamble. Then a flyer at the senior center caught his eye. Tai Chi for beginners. Intrigued, he shuffled into his first class, surrounded by others his age, their faces a mix of curiosity and caution. The instructor, a soft-spoken woman with a dancer's poise, guided them through the moves, step, shift, sweep, like a conductor leading a gentle orchestra. At first, Richard's legs wobbled, his focus frayed, but he kept going. Twice a week he returned, and soon the change unfurled. His footing grew sure, the dizziness faded, and his movement smoothed into something effortless. Best of all, he felt in command again, master of his body, not its passenger. Richard didn't just regain balance. He found a quiet joy, a ritual that nourished him in ways walking never could. You don't need much to start, just a patch of space, maybe a beginner's class at the community center or a simple online video to follow. No equipment, no rush, just you and the motion, whether in your living room or under an open sky. A few minutes a day, practiced with patience, can shift how you stand, how you feel. Imagine swaying through a sequence, the world falling away, your body and mind in rare harmony. Doesn't that call to you? If it does, let me know you're still here. Drop a number 3 in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, why not join us? Hit that bell and let's keep this journey together. More awaits. Shall we flow on? Number 4. Cycling, stationary or recumbent bike. Let's pedal into a low-impact wonder that's as kind to your joints as it is invigorating for your spirit. Cycling, particularly on a stationary or recumbent bike, if walking has started to feel like a chore, each step a negotiation with creaky knees or a tender lower back, cycling offers a smoother ride. Imagine settling onto a cushioned seat, your legs spinning in a steady rhythm. The hum of the bike, a quiet companion as your heart picks up its pace. This isn't about battling the elements or dodging traffic. It's a workout you can bring home, one that strengthens your legs, boosts your endurance, and keeps your joints cradled in comfort. Unlike walking, where every footfall sends a jolt through your hips and knees, especially on concrete or uneven trails, cycling takes the pressure off. Your weight rests on the seat, not your joints, letting you move with a fluidity that feels almost like flying. The motion is circular, gentle, a dance of quadriceps and hamstrings working in harmony. It's aerobic magic too. Your heart pumps stronger, your lungs expand, circulation surges through you like a river breaking free. Doctors love it for a reason. It's a heart-healthy escape that sidesteps the strain of high-impact routines, lowering blood pressure and building stamina without asking your body to pay a price. But it's not just about your heart. Cycling sculpts your legs in ways walking can't touch. Feel your calves tighten as you push down, your thighs flex as you lift, muscles waking up, growing resilient. This isn't idle pedaling. It's a quiet rebellion against the muscle loss that shadows aging, keeping you ready for life's small demands, climbing stairs, rising from a low chair, chasing a breeze-blown hat. And if balance worries you, a recumbent bike wraps you in extra support, its reclined seat cradling your back while you work. It's exercise that meets you where you are, adaptable to your strength, your speed, your story. Take Barbara, a 70-year-old with a warm smile and a walker's soul, who once measured her happiness by the miles she clocked around her quiet suburb. She'd stroll past blooming gardens, the sun painting golden streaks across her path, her spirit lifting with every step, until her knees began to protest, a sharp twinge stealing the joy from her routine. Determined not to let age win, she dusted off an old stationary bike in her basement, its frame a little worn but sturdy. She started small, 10 minutes a day, the TV flickering with her favorite show as she pedaled. At first, her legs felt heavy, her breath shallow, but she leaned into it. Weeks later, the shift was electric. The knee pain that once hounded her softened to a murmur. Her energy surged. She'd bustle through chores without that old fatigue dragging her down. Barbara didn't just reclaim motion, she found a new rhythm, a way to stay active that honored her body's changes instead of fighting them. You can make it yours too. A stationary bike in your living room, a recumbent at the gym, or, if you're bold, an outdoor ride on a smooth path. Adjust the resistance to nudge your strength or keep it light for a gentle spin. Start with 10 minutes. Let the minutes grow as your confidence does. Imagine the rush of pedaling, your legs strong, your heart alive, no ache to slow you down. Doesn't that spark something? If you're still here, drop a number 4 in the comments to let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, join us, hit that bell, and let's keep the momentum going. More's ahead. Ready to roll on? Number 5, chair yoga or stretching routines. Now, let's ease into something beautifully understated, yet profoundly effective. Chair yoga or gentle stretching routines. If walking keeps you moving but leaves your joints stiff or your posture slouched, this is the balm your body's been craving. Imagine sitting in your favorite chair, maybe the one by the window where sunlight spills in, your shoulders rolling back, your breath deepening as you stretch your arms skyward. This isn't about twisting into pretzels or chasing flexibility you never had. It's about coaxing your muscles awake, loosening the tightness that creeps in with age, and rediscovering a range of motion that feels like freedom. Best of all, you can do it right where you are. No fancy gear, no grand stage, just you and a few quiet minutes. Walking gets you from point A to point B, but it doesn't touch the stiffness that settles into your back after a long day, or the hunch that grows from years of sitting. Chair yoga and stretching do, with slow, deliberate moves, twisting gently to the side, circling your ankles, reaching one arm across your chest. You unlock your joints, lengthen your muscles, and invite circulation back into places that feel locked. It's a remedy for the little aches that nag, a tight hip, a sore shoulder, and a shield against the rigidity that makes bending or reaching a chore. You're not forcing anything. You're listening to your body, giving it space to breathe and move again. Posture gets a lift too. Years of hunching over desks or steering wheels leave their mark, pulling your spine into a curve that whispers defeat. Chair yoga fights back with subtle spinal twists and chest-opening stretches, strengthening the muscles that hold you tall. And there's a bonus, the calm that settles in as you breathe through each move. Tension melting like wax under a flame. It's not just physical, it's a gift to your mind. A moment of peace in a world that rarely slows down. Meet Charles, a 75-year-old with a gravelly voice and a love for morning coffee on his porch, watching the world wake up. For years, he'd rise to greet the day, only to feel his body resist, stiffness in his hips, a slump in his shoulders that no amount of willpower could straighten. Walking helped, but it didn't ease the morning creak, or the way he'd catch himself slouching by noon. Then, a friend, a spry 80-year-old who swore by yoga, nudged him toward chair yoga. Charles started small, 10 minutes each morning, still in his slippers, rolling his shoulders, twisting gently side to side, breathing deep as the coffee brewed. At first, it felt odd, too simple to matter, but the shift crept up on him. Weeks in, he stood taller, his back less tense, his movements fluid in a way he'd forgotten was possible. The stiffness faded, replaced by a quiet ease, and Charles found himself smiling more, not just at the sunrise, but at the body that carried him through it. You can start where Charles did. 10 minutes, a chair, a few moves like neck rolls or seated stretches. No need to be limber. It's about feeling good, not proving a point. Picture yourself moving freer, sitting prouder, your body thanking you with every step. Doesn't that sound like a win? If it clicks, drop a number 5 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed, join us. Hit that bell, and let's keep this going together. Final thoughts. So, here we are, at the end of this journey through 5 paths that might just outshine walking as you age. Take a moment. Rewind in your mind. Which one lit a spark? Was it the buoyant embrace of water? The quiet power of strength training? the flowing grace of Tai Chi, the steady hum of cycling, or the gentle release of chair yoga. Maybe you've tried one already, or perhaps there's one calling your name, whispering, "This could be yours." Walking's a faithful friend, simple, reliable. But as you've seen, it's not the only way to keep your fire burning. These alternatives cradle your joints, build your strength, and invite you to move in ways that feel alive, not forced. Aging isn't about clinging to one routine. It's about finding what fits your body now, today, this season. Mix them up if you like. A swim one day, a stretch the next, a pedal when the mood strikes. Variety keeps you curious, keeps you moving, keeps the strain off any one part of you. If walking's left you aching, or if you've hungered for more without knowing where to turn, I hope this opened a door. The goal isn't perfection. It's feeling strong, steady, energized, no matter where you start. Small steps, tiny shifts, and suddenly, you're not just aging, you're thriving. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What caught your eye today? How might you weave it into your life? Your voice matters. It's fuel for this journey we're on together. If this stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and share it with someone who might need it too. Your support keeps this alive, keeps us creating to lift and inspire you. Thank you for being here. Truly. Let's keep moving forward together in the next adventure. See you soon.